welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about people that talk down on you. Now, a little bit of my background is I have a felony now in child abuse for whooping my son. To me, yes, it's criminal behavior, but that does not define who I am because I am not abusive. If I was abusive, first of all, it would have been more than one time and it would have been bruises all over his body and just a consistency in the situation. It wasn't none of that. At the time, he was just off the wall, having his behavior problems. I tried putting him on punishment. I tried to do a lot of things before I even got to that point. But anyway, so my dad decides to call me a criminal because of me not having a license. I don't know if it's about that felony, but me not having a license mainly. But the thing is, at the time, it was so much going on. My boyfriend was working at the time in Detroit, so we had to get in the car and go because he didn't know about taking public transportation. I got sick of having to argue about you can take public transportation. So my truck, like, we don't get pulled over in this van. And this van has up-to-date plates until next year. So my truck had all type of issues. I didn't have a rearview mirror. I had a cracked mirror on the side for the side views. I think I had a cracked mirror on the right side, so the left and the right. The light was out because when we got in a car accident, that light kept getting wet. It was just a lot, and then there was a lot on my mental, and I feel like my mental illness played a part in not being able to have as much control as I should be able to, and not being able to talk to my relatives makes it that much harder because I'm not able to really break down why things have happened, and then I have to be called names. And mind you, I am upset with my dad for the rape or molestation situation because I do feel like my parents should have protected me, and he was there, so he definitely should have. Unless he was the one that did it. But like I said, I don't know about that. So anyway, I am upset with him for a lot of things. So for him to come at me as if I am a criminal, to me, a criminal is someone with a constant criminal behavior. I'm not that person. I do not believe in knocking people over their head and taking what you want. I do not believe in stealing other people's things. I don't believe in taking people's credit cards. I don't believe in using people's bank information, social security numbers. I don't believe in that. So what happened to me could have happened to anybody. Truthfully, anyone can get tickets. Anyone can get tickets and not know they have tickets, especially if they moved or if the courts don't do things on time. There are people with jobs that don't do their job correctly. So anything is possible with that situation. Then he says, well, you should have had an abortion. You should have had an abortion. So all three times he thinks that I should have aborted my children. Mind you, I was grown when I had all my kids. When I had Aiden, his birthday is in April. So April, May, June. In 2 months, I turned 20 years old. So I think I was old enough. Then he's saying, well, you couldn't take care of him. Yes, I could because I took care of him immaculately. Now with the two children, the two extra children, I'm thinking I'm going to get the help because Darius decides to come and move with us. He claimed that I was begging him to come move with us, but no, I wasn't, because it really didn't matter. He wasn't around with the pregnancy, so it really wouldn't have mattered. Then my dad thinks, oh, well, you're argumentative, so you deserve to be hit. No woman deserves somebody getting their hands put on them. Nobody deserves for someone to jump on them. If I'm using my mouth and not my hands, nobody should touch me. But because he touched me, now it's fair game. Don't hit me and I won't hit you. Flat out. I just can't understand, though, why my dad would say have an abortion. At the end of the day, my kids are 3, 5, and 10. It's been 3 years. Trust me, they don't stay little forever. It's been 5 years. They don't stay little forever. It's been 10 years. And in 8 years, he will be grown. So at the end of the day, I think I had my kids' perfect timing. At 19, going on 20, at 25, and at 26, going on 27. So I think that I had my kids at perfect timing. Me waiting until I was 30, what difference would it have made? Because that's the age he wanted me to wait at. Or what difference does it make if I wait until forever? Kids don't always come when you need them to come. And then not only that, even celebrities have these issues, just they don't have the financial burden of the situation. But outside of the financial, it's mental and it's physical. You gain all that weight and then you end up losing self-confidence or, losing your way. I don't agree with him saying 30, because whether you have a baby I don't care if you have a baby at 12, even though nobody should be ready to have a baby at 12, but between 12 and 30, you still are gonna go through it. So I don't understand where his thinking comes from in that situation. And then calling me a criminal, this situation should not define me as no dang on criminal, because I can eventually get all this stuff off. I can pay those tickets up and I can always get my license back. My license is less than $1,500 and I'm sure soon I'll be getting $1,500. And then I called him to see about getting my CDLs. I didn't call him so that I can be called a criminal or so that I can be talked down to, because that's not what I called him for. That's not even, most of this stuff not even his business. I just had to break it down to him because he started asking questions. But at the end of the day, should I keep on just lying? Because he like, well, I never found out anything. You never called me. I don't call you because I don't want to be called a criminal or out of my name or something stupid. And at this point, I don't talk to my mama. He on his way out my life. I blocked him already. So I don't feel the need to have my parents around. When I lived on my own in my apartment, I never called them. And they always wonder why I didn't call them. But this is why. You create these issues between us and then wonder why I feel the way I feel. No, I'm not about to deal. So, I can't understand it. I can't understand why I can't talk to my dad just about the simplest of things. And at the end of the day, I had 3. And even if I wanted to have a 4th, I was going to have a 4th. I had a miscarriage though, but I was going to have a 4th. Now I'm at the point where I'm feeling like I'm forced, not by him, but by my situation, to have to get my tubes tied, which is fine. I mean, I guess the less kids, the better, whatever, but I'm gonna always be stressed out, especially with the mental illness going on. And on most days, I don't have any self-control. So I'm still going to have issues, kids or not. I was still going to have these issues whether I had kids or not, because I've been the same way from the get-go. Just now I've been trying to find an inner peace. Now I've been trying to figure out just who needs to be in my life and who does not. And I feel I can do anything I need to do or anything I put my mind to, with or without my parents. I feel like I can do whatever I want to do with or without being in a relationship. Relationships define you. Eventually they define you, because the person that you're with is going to define who you are. And the way you carry yourself in the relationship is going to define who you are. How you handle the situation, situations, arguments, all that eventually defines you. And I just don't feel the need to be in a tied down relationship. I don't feel like I need to be in that anymore, because I blame him, but I also blindly follow. So I rather just follow myself, be in a relationship with myself, love myself, because I don't feel like anyone else is going to put forth that effort in me, for me. My parents, my boyfriend, whoever, like, I don't feel like I can't let these people continue on in my life. Because when I am being nice and when I am doing for them, then they're happy. When I'm not being nice and I'm not doing for them, then they're upset. I don't want that. I don't need that in my life. I don't need people that want to rely on me more than themselves or more than their other kids. My dad doesn't have any kids, but my mom does. And she rather rely on me 100% because she knows that I'm going to do the right thing. And my sister is not. My sister stayed with her and didn't do anything. When she left, she just up and left. When I stayed with my mama, anything she asked for, I gave her. Anything. But it's a problem when I stopped doing that type of stuff. Even though I didn't stop because I was living with her, I kept going on with it. But when I'm not doing for her, then she don't care. So why should I be calling, keeping communication if you just don't care unless I'm doing something for you? And then my dad wants me to take care of him, and it's not happening. At this point, I don't care if he get old and need me at this point, because it's gotten to that point for me where I can no longer tolerate him. I tolerated him all this time. I wanted to see things his way. I even wanted to do things his way. He told me being a singer was a waste of time, but someone offered me a position and I didn't take it because I felt like he would not approve of it. And now I'm with 3 kids. Like, I wouldn't have even had no kids if I would have kept myself busy. And that was when I was 16. So I definitely would have been all right. Someone asked me to make music with them. But instead, I didn't follow my own dreams and my own heart and my own thoughts and my own mind. I didn't do that. And that's where it's my fault. I think that it's my fault for picking the 2 guys I picked to have the babies with. I feel like it's my fault that I didn't follow my own dreams. I can admit when I'm wrong in the situation. And sometimes my reactions are not very great. Even though it may be something little to them, it's big to me. It's a big situation that I've blown out of proportion, supposedly, but it's big to me. It's big if someone calls me out my name. My name is Erica. My name is not criminal. My name is not suspended license. My name is not anything but Erica. Okay, my name is not baby mama, because I'm nobody's baby mama. I have kids, and I have kids with these guys, but I am not a baby mama. I don't want certain things to define me. And from now on, if people are doing that, I'm nipping it in the bud, because I cannot have things weighing me down especially stuff like that. Like, all of this stuff, everyone makes mistakes, okay? Everyone does. It's when you repeatedly doing it is when it's the problem. But at the end of the day, he's saying, well, you can't drive your car if you don't have a license. I totally get that, but I am not getting on the bus when I have. Do you know, if I was to work, how late I would get home every day and how late my kids would get home? No, I'm going to work towards getting my license. We not getting pulled over now. So I'm going to work towards getting my license. I understand where he coming from and all, but my name is not a criminal, and I will not let what I've done and what has happened be defining me for the rest of my life. Because if I let him call me criminal now, he'll be calling me criminal forever. No. I nipped that in the bud today. I nipped that in the bud. Even if I do get my license together, I nipped that in the freaking bud. You not about to call me no dang on criminal. Because even if I get my license together, you're going to still be calling me a criminal. No, sorry. I will not let my daddy, my mama, my boyfriend, or anyone disrespect me or call me names. Because to me, you're not being supportive if you're going to say, well, you're a criminal. No, I'm not. And I'm not going to let that define me. And for her to say, his girlfriend to say, well, technically, yeah. But I won't let him call me nothing but Erica at this point. That's the relationship we have. We do not have a good relationship. So you would not be calling me out my name. Then she goes on to say, well, you are going to get it together. Yeah, I am going to get it together. But at the end of the day, regardless, he's going to use that against me. And I'm not having that. I will not let someone belittle me or talk down on me. Like, I deserve better. We all deserve better as human beings, not to be talked too crazy. Every time we get on the phone, I have to talk about my kids in the situation. Why do I have to always do that? I shouldn't have to. And then my job opportunity got knocked from under me, so there ain't no opportunity right now. Right now, I'm just trying to find a job and take care of my kids. Why is it always an issue? Why? At the end of the day, they here. They 3, 5, and 10. They not going nowhere. They here for the rest of my life, for the rest of their life. We are all in this together. But if he cannot be a better granddad, then F him. I don't have to deal with that. I do not care about him not wanting to be in my kid's life. I don't care if my mama don't want to be there, and I don't care if my daddy don't want to be there. I'll be there because they're mine. I had them purposefully. Now, I planned Aries in a way, but also I did not, because I brought condoms. But afterwards, I'm like, okay, well, if he grown enough to take these condoms off, then he grown enough to be a man and step up to the plate. I was wrong. My thinking is not always as clear as it should be. My thinking is not always as logical as it should be. And it wasn't logical to let him decide what I would do with my body. And now I have 2 children by him, by Darius, and they're here now. So ain't no taking them back. But at the end of the day, there was a time where women was not working. So for my dad to say, well, you got to be able to take care of them, they act like I had sat up here and had babies by myself. I didn't have babies by myself. I had them with someone else. Okay, but I'm done with my rant. I just wanted to say that. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for viewing. Bye.